So, in the case of Marbury versus Madison, Marbury was granted the position of Justice of the Peace by President John Adams, but with the bad timing that he had, he went to get his official commission, and that happened after Madison had already taken office, and he was denied the position. So, at the time, it seemed like Madison didn't believe that Marbury would be able to have a case with the Supreme Court, but Justice John Marshall believed otherwise, and he famously stated that it was the duty of the judicial branch to determine what the law actually is. So basically, he was saying that Madison's opinion had no room in his court, which it didn't. Before the Marbury and Madison ruling, some people might say that judicial review didn't really exist, and that the courts didn't have the power to overturn prior statutes. And this case kind of reminds us that society changes over time, and that maybe what once was seen as unacceptable, unacceptable may come to a point in time where it is acceptable. Something maybe like like gay marriage, which I don't think was a court case, but it's like it wasn't acceptable at one time, and whereas now it is. And I think that's kind of what being part of a democracy is important, because letting the people decide what is acceptable at that point in time, the point in time in which the statutes are created, and then it kind of sets a baseline for what the Supreme Court, um, you know, views as constitutional or unconstitutional or whatever, if it's something that needs to be changed in the society at that point in time. I think that with the court systems having the power to overturn judgment kind of adds to the system of checks and balances, and without that power, I think that maybe some politicians might be using their position to kind of twist the meaning behind the Constitution and make laws that would benefit them at that point in time. And I think it just kind of prevents corruption at the higher levels. And no man is above the law, right? So having judicial review helps us ensure that our government is looking out for the people. I mean, the Constitution is a living document that changes with the amendments and everything. So I think the same should be true for any laws that need to kind of morph into a better fit for our society today.